Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all my Cardfight Vanguard Argo Siren deck profile. Big thanks to my buddy Nick for letting me borrow his Argo Siren deck for the video. This is the new Stoicheia deck from the Moonfangs and Cerulean Blaze booster set. We actually got a new deck for every single nation in that booster set. Argo Siren being the one for Stoicheia, focusing on a very similar playstyle to the other mermaid tier dragon decks that we've gotten for D format throughout the years, making use of the different orders that we set up for our Argo Sirens, and then choosing those tidings from our order zone to gain additional card effects for the plays that we do for the bind power from those cards. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So for starters, we have the energy generator with our starter being Argo Siren Rotolus. When rode upon, if you went second, draw a card. In our ride deck, we're running the one copy of Argo Siren Eremia. When placed by riding from Argo Siren Rotolus, reveal a grade 3 card with Argo Siren and its card name from your ride deck. Search your deck for up to one tiding card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle the deck. So the tiding cards are the different orders that we run in the deck for the set orders that we can play. So we just have the additional search thanks to this grade 1 for any of the particular ones we may want to go for. Our grade 2 is Argo Siren Refsi. When placed by riding from Argo Siren Eremia, you reveal grade 3 with Argo Siren from the ride deck. Search your deck for up to one more tiding card, reveal it, and put it in your hand and shuffle the deck. So if you search for the grade 1 off of the first search, you can search for the grade 3 tiding order off of the grade 2, with our grade 3 being our Argo Siren Calliopeia for our grade 3 in the ride deck. We're running 3 additional copies in the main deck, but before we go over those, I figure we go over the actual orders that we run. For the grade 1 tiding, we're running 3 copies of Catharos Ode. This order gives us the setup of playing it with a Soul Blast 1. If you have a Vanguard with Argo Siren and its card name, when this unit is put into the order zone, look at the top 7 cards of your deck, choose up to one card from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and if it is a tiding card, and call it to rearguard if that unit is a card with Argo Siren and its card name, and grade less than or equal to your Vanguard, and shuffle the deck. And when this card is bound from the order zone by the ability of your grade 3 or Vanguard with Argo Siren and its card name, choose one of your rearguards and stand it. Just having that additional stand power on top of the Argo Siren Calliopeia, being able to make use of the bind power for the use of those cards in the order zone as well. We're also running 3 copies of Keanos Orcos. With this one, you play it with a Soul Blast 1 if you have a Vanguard with Argo Siren and its card name. When it's put into the order zone, search your deck for up to one tier dragon, call it to rearguard, and shuffle the deck. So we run a good variety of different tier dragons in the deck to be able to call out to rearguard. And then with this card, when it's bound from the order zone by the ability of your grade 3 or Vanguard with Argo Siren, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, choose one of your Vanguards and it gets on the Vanguard. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked. If this unit did not stand by a card's ability this turn, stand this unit and increase or decrease this unit's drive to 1 until end of turn. So then just being able to have that unit get a drive on top of the additional setup for the restand just gives you more and more pressure for you to be able to attack with those restood rear guards. And for the grade 3s, we're running 3 additional copies of Argo Siren Calliopeia. And with this card on Vanguard during your turn, if your bind zone has one or more different tiding cards, this unit gets plus 5,000. If it has 2 or more different tiding cards, all your front row gets plus 5 instead of this unit. And on the Vanguard, once per turn, you can discard a card from hand, choose a tiding card from your drop, put it into the order zone, just giving you more setup for those cards as well. And when this unit attacks a Vanguard, you can counter blast 1, choose a tidings card from your order zone, bind it. Then if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, energy blast 3, and choose 2 tiding cards instead of 1, being able to make use of both of the binds that we do for our orders on top of the restand power and then the additional drive check power for both of those cards. We're also running 4 copies of Blue Artillery Dragon, Inlet Pulse Dragon for the added option. At the end of the battle, this unit attacked a Vanguard. If you have the flagship one, you would have the restand power, but since we just have the Argo Siren Vanguard, we use it for the rear guard at the end of your turn. If the total number of attacks this turn is 4 or more, which it will be with our Vanguard's restanding power, we can put it into the soul and draw a card, giving us more use for our Soul Blast for the additional Argo Siren orders that we can set up in the order zone, with our other tier dragon being 4 copies of Stunning Wave Dragon. When it's placed on rearguard from deck or hand, if you have a Vanguard with Argo Siren's card name, it gets plus 5,000 to end of turn. Then you can counter blast 1 or energy blast 3 and draw a card. So just additional setup for draws in our hand. And on rearguard once per turn when this unit attacks, if you may have this unit get plus 5 to end of turn. If you do at the end of that turn, retire this unit, making room for other plays. If you go for the second attack with this card, make sure you just save it so you don't retire this unit, so then you can have that second attack go up against your opponent also. For the grade 2s, 3 copies of Boar Briny Dragon. From the drop, when a tiding is put into your order zone, if you do not have a rearguard with the same card as this one, you can Counter Blast 1, call it to rear. And when this unit is placed on rearguard, put a tiding card from bind zone into the drop and have this unit get plus 10,000 to end of turn. So making it so you can also recycle your cards from your bind zone back into the drop to then be set up again thanks to your Vanguard Calliopeia. So it all goes in a big circle thanks to these cards to be able to do so. Other grade 2s include the 3 additional copies of Argo Siren Retzi, just having the option on rearguard if you have a Vanguard with Argo Siren, giving it boost, so you have a grade 2 with boost ability for your other grade 2 and grade 3 units that we went over already, thanks to this card. Our grade 1s include the 4 copies of Argo Siren Sentinel. When it's placed on rearguard, if you have a Vanguard with Argo Siren and its card name, Counter Blast 1, search your deck or drop for up to 1 tiding card, reveal it, put it into your hand. If you search your deck, shuffle the deck. And on rearguard, if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater and a tiding card is put into the order zone, this unit gets plus 5,000. So if you put the additional order cards, you'll get additional plus power to this grade 1 as well. And then just initial search for a tiding card off of it also, a definite 4 of to do so. The last of the grade 1s, including 3 additional copies of our Argo Siren Eremia from the ride deck. We're also running 3 copies in the main deck. From the back row rearguard, once per turn, when your unit in the same column as this one stands by a card ability, if you have a Vanguard with Argo Siren, Soul Blast 1 and stand this unit. So the cards we put in the Soul, including our Inlet Pulse, can help provide the stand power for this card's Soul Blast to be able to restand it again. With the rest of the grade 1s being the 1 copy of Elementary Sanctitude and 3 additional Sentinels, Honeycomb Thyrus, for the Sentinel of choice for the deck. With our trigger lineup, we're going with the 8 critical for the added pressure for the restand power of our rear guards and being able to also make use of the drive check they could potentially do against our opponent. The 3 copies of Serene, Main, and Lena, depending on what we can restand against our opponent. We may just have that 1 additional rear guard attack to go in with, so preferring draws over that. With the heals just being the generic heal lineup, just for the added guaranteed 15k shield, depending on what we're going up against with our opponent. And then the over trigger being the Source Dragon, Deity of Blessings, Bless Favor. Thought about using Eidos Faro or Valnut in this position as well. I guess it's player preference, but decided to go for the Bless Favor for the added heal power and pressure to our rear guards as well, on top of the other cards. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed slowly getting through all of the many different decks that were released from the latest Cardfight Vanguard booster set. So definitely happy about that. Once again, thanks to Nick for letting me borrow his deck for the video as well. And until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira Qualia out.